What's up, everybody? On today's episode, we're going to be working on the mid-frame stiffeners. On the last episode, you saw we did the front stiffeners. Now we're going to go from those back to that cross member there. I'm working on these here so that when I'm done, I can start putting the front suspension together. I'm going to roll the front axle up under here, and then I'm going to temporarily tack it into place with some braces and see where all of my four-link bars are going to go. That's the plan, but we're going to get after it. All right, here we got the frame section. We're going to start plating. I think I'm going to try this the easy way and do it like all the big YouTubers. Now we have paper template. Well, that was cool. Worked out good. I like how it fits. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can make this metal. Well, that's sweet. That's how all these big YouTubers do this so quickly. Let's see if it'll weld itself. Shoot, I think I gotta do that part myself. Alright, I did the first two there the easy way, but I'll show you how I do the other two. The cool thing about the frame so far on the Aerostar is that the inner and outer frame rails are exactly the same on both driver and passenger side. So all the way back, you just have to use one template and you can cut out 4 frame stiffeners. And I did decide that I'm going to do frame stiffeners inside and out, just because there's so much accessibility here, and even though it will add weight to the vehicle, it's going to add weight below the center of gravity, which is only going to help me. So the whole rig's going to weigh around 5,000 pounds. Hopefully it'll be perfectly fine. So the added strength is worth it in my mind, and that's what I'm going with. So I'll show you guys here. The cool thing I said about these templates, you cut out one, and then you take your template and then slide it right on top, and it lines up perfectly. So all you have to do is make this cut and this one, and then the bottom cut's already made for you. So it works out pretty good. So what I do here is I take one of these little metal scribe tools, and that's what I use to mark out my templates onto the steel. You use Sharpie or anything else, it seems to start coming off when you start plasma cutting. It's going to be tough to follow this line with the plasma cutter, so I take some of the soapstone and you rub it right into that line, and it makes it so that you can see it easily. So there you can see that line shows up real nice and crisp. Not too bad. Definitely got a little bit cleaner cut that time. This was the last one. She got a little choppy. Just using the magnets here to keep it in place while I mark it out. You just try to hold it. You're gonna move eventually. Just going to take my marker and run it along this line, try to get a good pattern there, and then I'll show you guys later how I leave room for some weld. Alrighty, I got my templates drawn out here. What I'm going to do now is I've got these little setup blocks. They're all different measurements. So you take one of these. This is 3/16, which is the thickness of the plate that I'm welding onto the frame. So I'm going to take these and line them up here and then trace a line on the inside, and I'm going to cut that line out, and that's going to be the size of the frame stiffener that I make. So it'll be 3/16 narrower on each side, which should give me a nice little channel to be able to weld to. Alright, I got these front frame stiffeners. These are the underneath side of the frame. Got them all cut out. Got some holes cut in them for plug welding and some slots in different ones. Turned out pretty good. I got them fitted up to the frame. There's a couple that have some bends in them. This one over here is I'm going to weld it to the frame and then use a floor jack to bend part of that one. Alright, we got here jacked up here with the old bottle jack. I can't get the floor jack into this area because of the sway bar that's in here. I'm using the sway bar to hold up the whole front end. It's the strongest part of this front end right now. So we'll get her tacked into place here. We got all these bottom side frame stiffeners all tacked in. I'm still getting the hang of welding upside down. All these ones over here are upside down. They're awful, but we'll get there. Now we gotta move to the other side and plate that side. Alrighty, there she is. Got these mid-frame stiffeners all burned in here. Well, they're just tacked in for now. I gotta go get some more welding gas and then I'll be able to actually weld them in. It's not the easiest thing welding with all those freaking clamps in your way. I think I found the easiest way to cut these bottom side frame stiffeners out. So I cut a piece of this 3/16 at 11 inches, which is the same width as my template material. And then I just went through and traced out the stiffeners from my templates. And then I take one of these metal cutting circular saws with the, looks like a wood saw blade. It's just like a carbide tip blade. And you just follow the lines. And that seems to work really good. The first time I did this was with the plasma cutter and the edges were kind of so-so. So the next set I tried cutting with the angle grinder. That worked pretty good. Still some jagged edges, but this seems to be the best method that I found so far. You guys see how I cut all these holes out so I can do my plug welding? Just gonna take you under here and show you guys how I determine where that's gonna go. So you see, like, there's big holes in the frame, little holes, weird edges and brackets and stuff. So I come through here and I just mark with some X's where you don't want to put holes. So maybe like I'll put a hole here, or try to squeeze one in here, squeeze one in here, maybe here. Just depends. These brackets are 11 inches, and I decided I'm gonna do about 2 or 3 depending on how the layout works. So I'll just go through here. Like this one, there's no holes until the very end, so I'll just mark those out and just put some holes evenly spaced wherever I can, and then work around the little hole spots where I have to. I appreciate you guys watching. The next video after this will be me rolling the front axle underneath, and we're gonna try to temporarily put it in place just so that if I feel like I need to move this van around, I can do that. And then after that will be more dismantling. We'll take all the rear suspension out and go through and do all the frame stiffeners on the second half of the middle of the van and the whole rear section. Gonna be a lot more grinding and welding and grinding and welding. Appreciate all the love and support that I've been getting, all the comments. Super awesome to read through and see other people that are excited about a minivan. I know it's a weird project, but it is a fun one, I think, and it'll be super cool when it's done. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you want to follow along. Thanks again.